Hello again, everyone. Hope you all are having a decent day today. We are here again for episode 17. I feel like I'm starting to get a little more used to this. A little more comfortable. A little bit more of a routine. And I kind of like it. I love that I'm getting to share these moments with all of you. So please, just keep watching and sharing. You could save someone's life today. So, this one is very touchy and tender too. Very touchy and tender. And this person also could not be tagged because she either does not have a Facebook, goes by a different name now, or potentially has already passed away. The last I knew, she had been diagnosed with leukemia while we were still in high school. So it's possible that she's no longer even with us. But if she is, I hope that she somehow gets to see this someday. So, me and this girl became extremely good friends at the beginning of 9th grade. She was one of those that in the year before I would have targeted. But that year I decided to be her friend instead. And she became my first absolute very best friend I ever had. We hung out together all the time. We spent time with each other's families, and we did movies and music, and we were just always together, always together. We'd hang out at school, and I was just constantly infatuated with knowing more and more about who this girl was on the inside. There was one year we built our own haunted house tour in the basement of her house, and it was perfect. And I remember one time when I was 14, we'd been playing with makeup and doing the sleepover thing, and I had used mascara to paint in a mustache and goatee instead of doing girl makeup. And she walked to the store with me like that. She didn't even care. And it was amazing. The freedom to just be me with someone. In public, no less. We became incredibly close. She knew all about my past with my family and my history, and I knew all about hers. We knew each other's deepest, darkest secrets. And that year was also the year that my grandmother died. And my whole universe seemed to literally fall at my feet. I didn't know how to do this life thing without Grandma. And I just spiraled so hard for so long. And this girl, she stuck right by my side through the whole thing. She rode through that spiral with me, just being there, hanging out with me. She was a very religious girl. She was very strong in her faith. And she used the strength that she got from that faith to help pick me back up. She was just there and just loved me. It was that simple. The next year, we began high school. And about halfway through the year, I'd asked my mom to pull me out of public school and do homeschool. Because I knew that my intelligence levels were already surpassing what my peers were being taught and what the teachers were handling in their curriculum. I was getting bored. I already knew all of this. And the politics of the school, in both the students and the faculty alike, was a huge irritant to my parents as well. So they agreed. And so I dropped out and began a very strict homeschool regimen with my mom. I loved it. And a few months into it, this girl came over for lunch from the public school just down the street, like she always did, every day. But something was different this day. Something had changed. She sat next to me to eat her lunch, like she always did. And all I could think about was how good she smelled and how much I wanted to touch her skin, to kiss her, to know what her lips tasted like. My heart was racing so fast, and I couldn't think. And I never said anything, because honestly, it scared the hell out of me. I knew what gay was, and knew some people that were, but it had never crossed my mind that maybe I was. Which, yeah, I don't know how I couldn't have known, but I didn't. So I never said anything. And apparently I didn't act much different either, for about 2 years. So for about 2 years, I continued to fall in love with this girl every day. And she never even knew it. I never made any moves, and I never told her. It was all internal, and my feelings just got deeper and deeper. And eventually, I ended up telling my dad what I felt. And he told me that I had to tell her that it wasn't fair that she wasn't being given a choice in what was happening. And I was terrified. But I did tell her. And in so doing, my worst fear of telling her became a reality. She didn't feel the same, and it scared her away. She wasn't rude about it. She never said anything mean. She never did anything. When I did go back to public school and we would pass in the hallways, she never said anything or did anything. It was just, she was just gone to me. She'd completely closed herself off from any part of me. And it hurt so badly for so long. But I understood, and I was never angry at her for her choice. So ClairAnn, episode 17 is for you. Whether you ever see this or not, I want the world to know that you saved my life. You were the first really best friend that I've ever had. Just by existing and being who you are, you gave me reasons to live. Every day. I'm sorry that it took me so long to be honest with you. And I'm sorry that I caused us both so much heartache. But I learned from it, and I never held it against you. Because even in that act, you saved my life. I hope that you have the most beautiful life, because you deserve it. Thank you for being you. It mattered. It will always matter. Episode 17. ClairAnn.